Get ready for a totally unexpected double reveal. This self-working marvel needs no tricky moves and does all of the work for you. So grab a deck, hit subscribe for more confidence building tutorials, and let's dive in to the magic. Okay, so as ever, let's just kickstart by taking a look at the effect itself, a remarkable display of self-organization. And for this, we're going to use a couple of spectators. So the first thing we need to do is just divide the deck into approximately 2 even halves. So let's see, I think maybe, okay, yes, just about there. We now want each spectator to make a totally random selection. So you're just going to take the first half over here, and from these cards, remove a random pack of cards from the middle, any number that you like. And you're going to ask the first spectator to take this pack here, just to shuffle these cards. You can shuffle these cards until they're totally happy. And once they are, then just to remove any single card as their selected card. Ask them then to take a look at this and to remember this card. So here we can see the 2 of spades. Now, with yourself looking away so that you can't see, you're now going to ask the first spectator just to turn this card face up and to place it anywhere that they like in the pack of cards. So let's say they place it just about there. You're now going to ask the second spectator to do exactly the same. So you're going to take the second half here, and once again, just to remove any number of cards from the middle, and then ask the second spectator to take the pack here and to shuffle these cards until they're happy. And then once again, now to remove a card as their selected card. And it really is a totally free choice. Let's say they select the 9 of hearts just here. Once again, with yourself looking away, you're now going to ask the second spectator to place this card face up anywhere that they like into their pack of cards. So at this point, each spectator has freely selected a card, which is now lost as the only face-up card amongst a random pack of cards. However, we want to start really mixing things up. So you're now just going to ask the 2 spectators to each swap packs. So the first spectator will take their pack here and the second their pack here, and they'll just swap them over like so. To continue the mixing, you're now going to shuffle the cards together, but you're going to do so in a way that not only mixes up their order, but also the way that they're facing. And you're going to start with the 2 packs over here on the end. And you're just going to take the small pack here and turn these cards face up. And you're now going to shuffle the face up cards into the face down cards. There can be no doubt that those cards are totally mixed. And you're now going to do the same with the 2 packs over here. Once again, turning a small pack of cards face up. And once again, you're going to shuffle the face up cards into the face down cards. And once again, there can be absolutely no question that the cards are totally mixed. However, we want to make sure that things are as mixed as they could possibly be. So you're now going to take the 2 halves and shuffle these cards together. And once again, you're going to turn one of the halves face up. And you're going to shuffle all of the face up cards into the face down cards. Just like so. There really can be no doubt that the cards are totally mixed. There's no way that anybody could know the order of the cards, which cards are where, or in which direction any of the cards are facing. For good measure though, if you like, you can just give the cards a couple of cuts, and you really can cut the cards wherever you like. However, you're now going to display something remarkable, and you're going to explain that with 3 revolutions of the deck, because that's the magic number, the cards somehow managed to organize themselves, all with the exception of the selected cards. So you're just going to turn the deck over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. With that done, you can now spread the cards on the table, and you can reveal that the cards have somehow managed to organize themselves so that all of the face-up cards, every single one, just happens to be a red card, despite the cards being utterly mixed. That is, however, you can point out, with the exception of one single black card just here. For the very first time, you can now ask the first spectator to name their selected card. Of course, in this instance, it was the 2 of spades. And now you can point out that that card just happens to be the only black card amongst all of the face-up cards. Now, that's a pretty impressive display of self-organisation, but it still leaves one more card to find. So once again, 1, 2, 3. And now once again, you can just spread the cards on the table, again revealing that the cards have managed to organise themselves so that now all of the face-up cards just happen to be black cards, despite the cards being utterly mixed, or with the exception of one single face-up red card just here. For the very first time, you can now ask the second spectator to name their selected card. Of course, in this instance, it was the 9 of hearts. And now you can reveal that that is indeed the only face-up red card amongst all of the cards. The 9 of hearts. A super fun effect that's also super easy to perform. So stick around because now I will show you exactly how it works. Okay, so let's take a look at the secret to this effect. Okay, so to start, there's just some basic preparation. You're going to divide the deck into black cards and red cards. So here we can see I have the black cards on top and the red cards on the bottom. In the process of dividing the deck into two, you're simply going to separate the deck at that point into red cards and black cards. So over here are now all the red cards, and over here are all the black cards. Take the first half, and from these remove a small pack of cards from anywhere that you like. Ask the first spectator to take the small pack, to shuffle these cards, and then to remove any card as their selected card. Have them remember this card, so here we can see the Ace of Spades. As you look away, ask them to place their selected card face up anywhere they like into the smaller packet of cards. Now do the same with the second spectator, removing a small pack of cards from this half. Ask them to shuffle this pack and to remove any card they like as their selection. And once again, just ask them to place this card face up anywhere that they like into their pack of cards. Take the spectators' packs and now just swap these around. You're now going to take the first two packs on your left here with a view to shuffling these together. Before shuffling the cards though, turn the smaller packet face up. So just riffle these two packs together. And you're now going to do the same with the two packs here. Again, turning a smaller packet of cards face up. And again, just riffle these cards together. At the end of that, the second spectator's selected card is now the only face down red card in this pack, and the first spectator's card is now the only face down black card in this pack. Now, taking the pack on your right here and turning these cards face up, you're now going to shuffle these two halves together. And now just riffle the face up cards into the face down cards. At this point, if you like, you can just give the deck one or two complete cuts. For the final cut though, just riffle through the backs of the cards, checking that when you complete the cut, you'll still have a face down card on top. Performing any gesture of your choice, you can now spread the cards on the table, which will reveal that every single face up card just happens to be a red card, with the exception of one single face up black card. You can now remove this card from the deck and reveal it to be the first spectator's selected card, in this instance, the Ace of Spades. Reassembling the deck, you now just flip it over, ready for the second revelation. Once again, after a gesture of your choice, you can spread the cards on the table. And this will reveal all of the face-up cards to be black cards, with the exception of one single face-up red card. And finally, you can just remove this card from the deck, revealing it to be the second spectator's selection, in this instance, the 3 of hearts. And there you have it. Remember, every trick you master is an achievement, and achievements build confidence, and confidence builds success. So keep on collecting those wins. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep the magic alive.